When my son Max was born, I promised myself I'd never let him feel alone. For 26 years, I kept that promise. I worked double shifts, skipped vacations, sold my grandmother's ring just to help him through college. Every birthday, every breakup, every flu, I was there. Last month, I called to ask him about his wedding. I had a little pink dress hanging in my closet, still with the tag. I've been saving money for a small gift. Nothing huge, just something that said, "I'm proud of you." When he answered, his voice sounded distracted. "Hey, Mom, I was just about to call you back." And before I could say a word, a woman's voice cut in from behind him. "Oh, we already got married yesterday. We only invited special people." "Special people?" I laughed, a tiny, cracked laugh that tried to hide the sting. For 3 years, I'd paid their rent. I'd filled their fridge when they couldn't afford groceries. And yet, I wasn't special enough to see my son say I do. Max mumbled something about it being just the two of them and a couple of witnesses, but I'd already seen the pictures online. Smiling faces, Lena's parents standing proudly beside them, a little backyard party strung with fairy lights. I wasn't there. I hung up the phone and just stood there. The house was silent, except for the refrigerator humming, the same fridge I bought for them when theirs broke. My hands were shaking so hard I had to sit down. People say children grow up and build their own lives, but no one tells you what it feels like when they build it without you. That night, I made tea. I didn't drink. I walked through every room I'd cleaned for their wedding visit. Flowers on the table, cupcakes cooling on the counter. Each one felt like a tiny reminder that I'd been rehearsing for a part I was never meant to play. The next morning, Max showed up at my door. He looked tired, nervous. He didn't bring flowers. He didn't even knock, just called my name softly, the way he used to when he was little and scared of the dark. "Come in, Max." He stood in the doorway holding a to-go coffee. "Mom," he said, "I didn't mean to hurt you." I wanted to tell him that words like "only special people" hurt more than knives, but I couldn't. So I just nodded. He kept talking. It was Lena's idea. She wanted something simple, private. She thought, "You might make it about you." For a second, I couldn't breathe. All those years of love, rewritten as selfishness? I smiled anyway. "That's okay, honey." I whispered, "You chose what made you happy." He looked relieved, like a prisoner hearing a lighter sentence than expected. And then he left. No hug, no "I love you," just the sound of the door closing and the echo of a boy I once rocked to sleep. Days passed. I stopped checking my phone for texts that never came. I stopped glancing at that pink dress hanging in the closet. But grief has a strange way of reshaping itself, first into anger, then into understanding. One Sunday morning, I drove to the lake where Max used to fish as a kid. The water was still, mirror smooth, catching the early sunlight. I sat on a bench with my coffee and whispered to no one in particular, "I did my best, didn't I?" A couple nearby was teaching their little boy how to throw stones. The child's laughter rolled across the water like music, and suddenly, I wasn't angry anymore. We raise them to leave, and when they finally do, we wonder why it hurts so much. We forget that loving them doesn't stop just because they forget to love us back in the same way. I went home and opened my closet. The pink dress still shimmered under the light. Instead of crying, I smiled. Maybe I'd wear it somewhere else. A friend's dinner. Maybe church. It didn't have to be a reminder of rejection. It could be a symbol of surviving it. A week later, Max called. His voice was quiet. "Mom," he said, "I think I messed up." I could hear Lena crying in the background. Apparently, she'd fought with her parents and the wedding glow had faded fast. I didn't say I told you so. I just listened. Because that's what mothers do. Even when they're not invited, even when their hearts are patched together with old memories. When he finally asked, "Can I come over?" I said, "Of course, sweetheart. There's soup on the stove." He came, looking smaller somehow, older. We sat at the kitchen table. He ate quietly, spoon by spoon, and then, without warning, he reached across and took my hand. "Mom," he whispered, "you've always been the special one." I didn't need an apology. That sentence was enough, because love, real love, doesn't keep score. It just waits. Sometimes patiently, sometimes painfully, until the ones we raised remember who held them first. Maybe I wasn't invited to his wedding, but when he finally came home, I realized I was still invited to his heart. Thanks for watching. Please support me, like, share, and subscribe my channel.